Good morning, dear students. Today we'll discuss physical and chemical properties of amines. First, we'll discuss the physical properties. Physical properties. When we'll discuss the physical properties of amines, okay, we'll consider first one physical state. Physical state. Second one solubility. Solubility. Third one melting points and boiling points. Melting points and boiling points. Physical state. Lower amines are gaseous in state. Middle amines are liquid in state. Higher amines are solid in state. Solid in state due to the different van der Waals attraction forces between two molecules. Solubility. Here amines are non-polar molecule, completely soluble in organic solvents like benzene, toluene, ether. Different organic solvents, and these are also completely soluble in water. Due to the intermolecular hydrogen bonding between amines and water molecule. Here we have the three types of amines. Primary amines, these are the primary amine, and here we have the one more amine, secondary amine, and here we have one more amine, tertiary amine. These are tertiary amine. Here primary amines has two hydrogens, secondary amines has one hydrogen, tertiary amines no hydrogen. So it not involving in hydrogen bonding. That means no hydrogen bonding. No hydrogen bonding means these are not soluble in water. That means tertiary amines insoluble in water. Here we have the only one hydrogen. It has capability to form intermolecular hydrogen bonding with the water molecule. And some extent it is soluble in water. It forms the intermolecular hydrogen bonding with water like this. Here primary amine has two hydrogen atoms. It has two hydrogen atoms. It forms two intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Due to the formation of two intermolecular hydrogen bonding, it soluble more extent compared to the secondary amines. Primary amines are more soluble in water due to more extent of hydrogen bonding than secondary amines. Secondary amines are completely more extent soluble, more soluble in water due to the here hydrogen bonding, intermolecular hydrogen bonding between amines, hydrogen and water. Amines, secondary amine, hydrogen and water. Tertiary not due to the absence of hydrogen. Here I am taking different examples. CH3, NH2, CH3, CH2, NH2, CH3, CH2, CH2, NH2. Here methylamine, ethylamine, propylamine. Methylamine and ethylamine both are different with only one CH2 group. The molecules which are different CH2 group, those are called homologous series. Those molecules present in a homologous series. The series is simply considered as a homologous series. Here in homologous series, from top to bottom, number of carbon atom increases. By increasing the number of carbon atom, intermolecular attraction forces between two molecules increases. By increasing the intermolecular attraction forces, the solubility decreases. That means this is by increasing the number of carbon atom, hydrophobic nature also increases. Hydrophobic part also increases. By increasing the hydrophobic part, solubility decreases. That means methylamine completely soluble in water, more soluble in water than ethylamine. Ethylamine more soluble in water than propylamine. Here I am taking different amines. Here CH3, CH2, 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 NH2. CH3, CH3, CH2, NH2. Okay, butylamine, this is isobutylamine. N-butylamine. N-butylamine, this is isobutylamine. Isobutylamine. Which is more soluble? Which is more soluble towards the water? Which has less surface area, that only more soluble in water. That means isomeric more soluble in compared to the normal. Okay, here isobutylamine has more solubility, okay, compared to the normal butylamine towards the water. This is about the solubility. And here boiling point and melting point. Boiling points and melting points of amines, okay, more compared to the different organic molecule, but it is less compared to the alcohol. Okay, here boiling point of amine. Okay, both amines are, okay, two amines. This is the one amine, this is the another amine. This is the one amine, this is the another amine. Both forms intermolecular hydrogen bonding between two molecules. Due to this intermolecular hydrogen bonding, these are having more boiling point and melting point. Okay, than the other organic molecule. But when we compare with the alcohol, these are having less boiling point and melting point. Due to in alcohol, okay, hydrogen was attached to the highly electronegative atom. Here hydrogen also attached to the electronegative atom, but when we compare the electronegativity of oxygen and nitrogen, oxygen is more electronegative than nitrogen, due to the less atomic size of oxygen than nitrogen. So alcohols are having more boiling point and melting point than amines. Okay, due to that, in alcohols hydrogen attached to the highly electronegative atom. In amines, hydrogen attached to the nitrogen atom. Oxygen is more electronegative than nitrogen. That's why, okay, alcohols are having more boiling point and melting point than amines. Then we will continue with the chemical properties. Here we have the different chemical properties. Here I am discussing different chemical properties. Okay, in continuation of that, first we discuss important chemical property, alkylation. Important chemical property, alkylation. First chemical property, alkylation. Alkylation means substitution of alkyl group in place of hydrogen, we called as, okay, substitution of alkyl group in place of hydrogen we called as alkylation. Here hydrogen is substituted at nitrogen. That's why, okay, here we called as, here hydrogen is there. This hydrogen was substituted with alkyl group. This alkylation we called as, here alkylation substituted. Here alkylation can be done at nitrogen. That means hydrogen is substituted at nitrogen. That's why we called as N-alkylation. This is we called as N-alkylation. Okay, here I am taking amines RNH2. Okay, this reacts with RCl. What happen? Here Cl and here H. It loses hydrochloric acid molecule and form RNHR. Will get the N-alkyl amine. N-alkyl concerned amines were formed. This we called as substitution of hydrogen at nitrogen with the alkyl group. We called as N-alkylation. Here I am taking different example. Here I am taking first example, ethylamine. This is the ethylamine. Ethylamine reacts with methyl chloride. CH3Cl we called as methyl chloride. What happened? Here this Cl and here H lose HCl molecule and form C2H5. NHCH3. That means N-methyl. Okay, methyl group is attached to a nitrogen. That's why we called N-methyl. Okay, what is the IUPAC name of this molecule? How many carbons are there? 2. Ethanamine. N-methyl ethanamine was formed. Okay, here this method is used for the preparation of the secondary tertiary amines from the primary amines. Here I am taking aniline. This is the aniline. When aniline reacts with 2 moles of methyl chloride, ethyl chloride or any alkyl chloride, what happened? Here 2 hydrogens replaced with 2 methyl groups. 2 hydrogens are replaced with 2 methyl groups. CH3. Okay, what is the name of this one? N, N. Okay, 2 methyl groups are present at nitrogen. That's why we call N, N dimethyl aniline. N, N dimethyl aniline. This is the here one of the important chemical property, alkylation of amines. Next, in continuation, we'll see the second chemical property, acylation. Substitution of acyl group, or acetyl group at nitrogen in place of hydrogen. We called as acylation. Second one, acylation or acetylation. Simply we called as acylation. And here, I am taking amine, reacts with acetyl chloride. What happened here? Here lone pair of electrons are there. Nitrogen has lone pair of electron. In that, one of the lone pair of electron transferred towards the carbonyl carbon. Then electron transfers towards oxygen. And what happened? Here we'll get R, N, H. Nitrogen donate electron, so nitrogen gets positive charge. Here C double bond O becomes O minus, and here Cl, and here CH3. Okay, this is CH3, C double bond O Cl, we called as acetyl chloride. And here we are substituting acyl group, acyl group in place of hydrogen at nitrogen. So we called as N-acylation. What happened here? Okay, these carbon oxygen electrons are transferred towards again carbon. Sorry. Okay, here nitrogen hydrogen electrons are transferred towards nitrogen, and here oxygen carbon electrons are transferred towards carbon. Okay, it loses in the form of Cl minus, it loses here, hydrogen loses in the form of H plus. Finally, it loses HCl and forms what? Okay, here NH, C double bond O, CH3, N-acyl, acetyl amine, N-acyl amine or N-acetyl amine. Suppose for example, you take the benzene with NH2, we called as aniline. Reacts with acetyl chloride. What happened? Here Cl, here H, loses HCl molecule. Okay, NH, C double bond O, CH3. N-acyl amine will get the N-acyl amine or aniline. N-acyl amine will get, this is also simply called as N-acetyl amine. This is we called as acylation. N-acyl amine we simply called as acylation. Okay, here I am taking benzoylation. This we called as Schouten-Baumann reaction. Schouten-Baumann reaction. In benzylation we call as Schouten-Baumann reaction. Okay, here aniline reacts with benzoyl chloride. C double bond O, Cl. This is benzoyl chloride. Here Cl, here H. Loses hydrochloric acid molecule and forms NH. C double bond O. N benzoyl aniline. N benzoyl aniline. We'll get the N benzoyl aniline. This is we called as Schouten-Baumann reaction. This is we called substitution of benzoyl group at nitrogen in place of hydrogen. We called as benzylation. This is we called as acylation. This is we called as benzylation. Acylation and benzylation finished. Next in continuation we'll see the reaction with nitrous acid. Reaction with nitrous acid. Reaction with nitrous acid. Reaction with HNO2. HNO2 we called as nitrous acid. Okay, amines. Only this test given by primary amines. Only primary amines reacts with the HNO2 or NH2 reacts with HNO2. HNO2 means we can't use the HNO2 here. Instead of HNO2, we use sodium nitrite and hydrochloric acid. These two produces HNO2. These two produces HNO2 at 0 to 5 degrees centigrade temperature. 0 to 5 degrees centigrade temperature and forms alkyl diazonium salts. Alkyl diazonium salts and form the alkyl diazonium salts here and form the alkyl diazonium salts. Alkyl diazonium salts. Okay, here these are the important salts. Okay, in further continuation, further reaction of this alkyl diazonium salts gives the alcohols. Okay, here we get the finally we get the alcohols. Okay, finally we get the here alcohols. That means when primary amines reacts with nitrous acid at 0 to 5 degrees centigrade temperature, first forms alkyl diazonium salts. These alkyl diazonium salts undergo hydrolysis and form the alcohols along with the liberation of nitrogen and forming the hydrochloric acid as a byproduct. Okay, here aniline, you take the aniline. You take aniline. Aniline reacts with HNO2. HNO2 means, okay, here NaNO2 and concentrate hydrochloric acid. These produce HNO2 by the releasing of NaCl at 0 to 5 degrees centigrade. That may be mentioned in 273 Kelvin to 278 Kelvin. 278 Kelvin. What happened here? We'll get the benzene with N2Cl diazonium chloride along with the water. We'll get the benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, this is the yellow color liquid. This is the important one. Benzene diazonium chloride. This we called as diazotization. This reaction we called as diazotization. Diazotization. This is the yellow color liquid. This is the important compound, important organic reagent. By using this, we will prepare the so many compounds. Okay, here by using this, we will prepare phenol, benzene, chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, chlorobenzene, iodobenzene, and other molecule aldehydes also prepared by using this method. By using this benzene diazonium chloride. This is about the reaction with HNO2. Okay, in continuation, we will see the phenyl isocyanide reaction. Okay, simply we called as isocyanide reaction. Isocyanide reaction or carbyl amine reaction. Carbyl amine reaction. Okay, here we'll get the carbyl amine. Okay, isocyanates are simply we called as a carbylamines. Okay, isocyanates are simply we called as a carbylamines. Here we get the isocyanates fold order compounds. Okay, very dirty order containing molecules. We get here. We'll get here. Okay, and this test is used for the identification of primary amines. This test is used for the identification of primary amines. Primary amines only gives this test, isocyanate test or carbylamine test. Okay, here this is also okay. Reaction with HNO2 also gives only primary amines. This is also used for the okay nitrous acid test, also used for the okay preparation of identification of primary amines. Isocyanate test or a carbylamine test used also for the identification of primary amines. Okay, from the secondary and tertiary amines. Here I am taking amine. Okay, here I am this reacts with alcoholic potassium hydroxide, heat. Alcoholic potassium hydroxide and heat. Alcoholic potassium hydroxide. Okay, and chloroform. Here I add chloroform. Alcoholic potassium hydroxide and chloroform, and form the alkyl isocyanates. This is a fold order, that means very dirty order containing molecules are produced. These are called isocyanates. Okay, if you get fold order, if you get the very bad smell, okay, bad smell when we add the alcoholic potassium hydroxide and chloroform to the amines. This is used for the identification of amines. Okay, if you use aniline, this is the aniline. Aniline reacts with alcoholic potassium hydroxide along with the okay chloroform and forms phenyl isocyanide. This is we called as phenyl isocyanide. Phenyl isocyanide. This test is also okay. If you do this test for the okay aniline, we called as PIC test. This we called as PIC test, phenyl isocyanide test. Phenyl isocyanide test. Okay, phenyl isocyanide test, carbylamine reaction. Carbylamine reaction mainly used for the identification of primary amines. What is the phenyl isocyanide reaction or carbylamine reaction? When amines reacts with the alcoholic potassium hydroxide and chloroform, heat for 10 minutes and will get the okay fold order, very bad dirty odor molecule, that is isocyanide. Okay, due to the liberation of that one, will identify, will distinguish primary amines from the secondary and tertiary amines. And then in continuation we'll see the okay reaction with benzene sulfonyl chloride. Reaction with benzene sulfonyl chloride. Benzene sulfonyl chloride is also called as Hinsberg reagent. Benzene sulfonyl chloride okay is also called as Hinsberg reagent. Okay, reaction with Hinsberg reagent. Reaction with Hinsberg reagent. This is also used for the identification of distinguish of primary, secondary, tertiary amines. This is an important test used for the distinguish, identify, distinct okay from primary, secondary, tertiary amines. Okay, and here what is the Hinsberg reagent? Benzene sulfonyl chloride. Benzene sulfonyl chloride. Okay, this is called Hinsberg reagent. Instead of Hinsberg reagent, nowadays we are using paratoluene sulfonic acid. Paratoluene sulfonyl chloride. Paratoluene sulfonyl chloride means this is the paratoluene sulfonyl chloride. We call TSCl. Paratoluene sulfonyl chloride. Paratoluene PTSCl. Paratoluene sulfonyl chloride. Nowadays we are using paratoluene sulfonyl chloride instead of Hinsberg reagent or benzene sulfonyl chloride. Okay, how will distinguish the, okay, here primary, secondary, tertiary amines by using Hinsberg reagent. Okay, here I am taking primary amine. Primary amine reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride. Benzene sulfonyl chloride. This is the benzene sulfonyl chloride. It reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride and releases hydrochloric acid molecule. And forms RNH S double bond O and phenyl group. Okay, this is we called as N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide. N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide was formed. This benzene sulfonamide, this N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide has hydrogen. This hydrogen attached to the highly electronegative atom. Okay, due to that, okay, hydrogen acidic in nature. And one more thing, nitrogen attached to the highly electron withdrawing group, sulfonyl group. So this hydrogen has more acidic nature. Due to this more acidic nature, this is completely soluble in aqueous sodium hydroxide. Okay, if it is completely soluble in aqueous sodium hydroxide, then we consider this one is primary amine. Then here I am taking secondary amine. This is the secondary amine. Secondary amine also reacts with the benzene sulfonyl chloride. What happens? It also loses hydrochloric acid and forms here R S double bond O with phenyl group. Okay, here N comma N dialkyl benzene sulfonamide. N-alkyl benzene sulfonamide was formed. Okay, here there is no hydrogen. That's why, okay, it was not soluble in sodium hydroxide. If it is not soluble in sodium hydroxide, that we call as secondary amines. We take tertiary amines. Tertiary amines reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride. Due to the lack of hydrogen, there is no reaction between tertiary amines and benzene sulfonyl chloride. Here there is no reaction with benzene sulfonyl chloride. Here there is no reaction with sodium hydroxide. Here there is a reaction. That means primary amines reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride, form an intermediate compound. It was soluble in sodium hydroxide. Secondary amines are completely soluble in, okay, here completely reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride and form the intermediate product, but it is insoluble in sodium hydroxide. Okay, here tertiary amine does not react with the benzene sulfonyl chloride or Hinsberg reagent. Okay, there is no reaction. Okay, by using this method, okay, we differentiate primary, secondary, tertiary amines. Okay, this is about the reaction with Hinsberg reagent. Okay, in continuation, we'll see the basicity of amines and electrophilic substitution reactions of primary aromatic amines. Okay, this is about the today's class. Thank you.